We can't forget about what we're doing. We don't motherfucking know what happens in the end. I have this other beat going, and so I'm mixing them in now. I'll let people come in. Hello, welcome in, everybody. Enjoy the tunes. Enjoy the tunes. We're doing a Sunday night update chat. That would be funny if you guys can't hear it. Okay, so welcome in. This one will be a quick one, but I did want to do an update, and I feel like I'm going to do a Sunday. I've been doing it. I just didn't realize it. Because I have the lyrics in my head. So it's hard to concentrate. When I'm trying to sing the line that I need to sing, the next time, that's right, next time you're in line. Anyway, so I can't focus, so I'm just gonna have to turn this off over here, okay? So yeah, I think every Sunday night, evening, and it will either be around this time or maybe a little bit later, but around this time in the evening, I'll do a little recap and like an update on obviously whatever's going on, whatever on my mind in the moment, you know, and then to update everybody on things that I would need help with or things that the community people are putting a lot of energy into. And it's just simple things, like it could be calling in the meetings, remembering the lawyer number, or the info, the contact info, and how to do that. And so I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that yes, Sunday night, most likely, unless I have a show or things like that, that I guess I can pause this now. That I can update. I mean, that I can do. I'll be doing a Sunday night little update. Unless there's a show specifically, then you'll know. But I think that would just be fun because that would make me feel good that at least every Sunday I have, you know, something that I'm able to remind people, even if you guys don't hear about stuff, because not everything we can say out in the open that we're working on. And so we want to have an outlet where we're able to still support people and see what they need and be able to share with you what we have been doing and what like things that are interesting that we have learned. And then also update you on things if things have changed, things like that. So welcome in, everybody. Hi, Kathy. Oh, look, we got, I thought there was only like 4 people in here. Hi, welcome everybody. Now I just scrolled up the screen. Hello to the 72 so far coming in, watching. Hi, Bubba. Come. You want to come and join the chit chat? Sunday chit chat with the kitties? You want to come in and get the kitty? Come on. Bubba, if you're joining the chat, you at least have to say hello. She says hello. Ow, ow, ow. Butt, kitty butt. You want to come up here then? Okay, hurry up. Come up. Come up. I won't pull you up. Come up. She's like, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so back to reality. Thank you all for being in here. Yes, hello. Oh, yeah, this was funny. I don't know. This is probably a troll because I undid a lot of trolls. Laura Strong Woman, Olga. But I just thought that was funny because of the title of it just seemed accurate, so I left it. Okay, happy Sunday, Nerman. Thank you, Poet. Thank you. Hi, Brian. Good evening, Sunshines. Good evening. And let me also bring up my first little chitter chatter guest, Mona. I think as we go, I'll be. Hi, Mona. Hi, Fat Grammy. Some people know you as Fat Grammy. So I guess we'll start with Mona. I mean, not like I'm like Mona, but is there something in particular with that before I go on my show and my list and all that? Is there something that you want to bring up particularly? Like, I definitely would like you to remind everybody about the lawyers and all of that, because that is a very important thing to always remind the universe about.
I will do that. And in fact, we have started the timeline project, and I've been working on that diligently. I have many papers sitting here in bed with me to categorize everything that we've been talking about.
She flashed me. She flashed me.
I did flash her
flashed
in a
me
good
the
way.
stack.
Yeah, in a good way.
She flashed me the stack of papers she's been working on.
One of the things that I feel that we can use that presentation for, the project for, is to talk with the lawyers that we've already been working with. And so I emailed them.
I noticed that I've been running into that as well, where I'm like, oh, everything I'm working on, my report, my personal report, that goes not only to the LAPD that I've been working on, but to the FBI, to my lawyer, to my future lawyers, to to the judges. So yeah, it's really important.
So I emailed the owner and said, hey, could we have an hour of your time? Put us on your calendar. So that way, well, I'm like notorious for not doing it until it's due the next day. I set things back until I'm just horrible at putting things off.
I think we all have a habit of doing that in some way, shape, or form. So I don't think you're horrible.
A week from now we're going to have an appointment to where we have to make a presentation, I'll work on it and I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm very similar.
I'm a horrible procrastinator. That was
I don't like procrastinating. So then if I know that, oh no, I'm going to be procrastinating all the way up to it, then I force myself to like not deal with it until my head is ready to just do that. Because I can't be sitting in the soup. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to be in the zone in order to get it done. Because if I'm not in the zone, then it's just mumble jumble in my brain.
Right. So, it's just useless. I'm just going to have to repeat all this information again in my head to somebody else or do it all. So it's like, it's a waste of my energy and my brain time to have to like think twice about it, because I very much detail it. So I'm always like, who's going to help me and hold my hand while I do this one thing? And even though it might be, which people you've helped me, a lot of people have thought it was so awesome and easy, and maybe it became easy when I started working on it, but there is definitely a disconnect of having to like write down and type up your trauma and talk about it in 5 different ways as a third person, as a, you know. So yeah, I really appreciate you. And I appreciate
the main reason for that, and people find that, is because you lived it. And so it's so convoluted, that timeline, everything that happened to you is so convoluted into your brain to try and have to put it into a comprehensive list for somebody else that has no idea what you've been through.
Right.
It's tough.
And to not waste their time. Like, I don't want to waste any LAPD person's time, any FBI person's time. I want to make it very fucking clear. Like, all right, you want me to break it. So it's hard for me to like break it down. And I'm sure other people will have this as well. But it's really, I really appreciate chat helping and being here and just reminding people like, oh, you know, go to Large channel. You'll be able to find the number, the lawyer, the information pretty much anywhere on a stream or info from Fat Grammy. Like they can see her talking about it on this stream or on your channel, things like that. So
absolutely.
I don't know if you're able to, if you want to pull even the website up or anything, I can share. I just don't have it on me, of course.
It's Andrews and Thornton, and let me see if I can.
Let me even put that in the banners here really quick as well. Andrews and Thornton. I want people to really know about this. And not only this, is that this is another thing in my brain. And this guy in they would call him a gadfly in the courts. He always says, bring documentation, give them something that, because this is so important, because they have to put, there's so many states and so many laws in these states and in the cities where somebody reports physically paperwork or anything and it's physical and you coming in as evidence or as a report, they have to take that and make it a copy of it and put it down as part of their report. So
exactly.
to be able to bring child X, I'm going to talk about this in a minute too.
And I shared it for you.
Okay, amazing. Oh yes, thank you. You're the best, Mona. And I appreciate Mona. Thank you so much for helping all of us. Let's see if this pops up. Oh, there we go. There you go, Mona. And you can zoom in or zoom out. But this is Andrew and Thornton. Oh, you know what? I wonder if you're able to are you able to copy the website, Mona, really quick, the link, and put it in the chat, and then I cannot,
because I'm not a manager or a...
No, I mean just as a chat, like as if you were typing.
Oh yeah, no, you can't put links in as a...
Oh, did I do that?
But if somebody else could, it's just Andrews and Thornton.
I wanted to attach it to this. Thornton. Oh, it has
whomever
the end.
Is a wrench.
Whomever. Who knows? I only have like one moderator, I think, now. And that's totally okay.
Andrews Thornton.com.
Oh, here, you know what, Grandma? I'm gonna make you a moderator right now. I'm pretty... Oh, hi, Pearl. Pearl used to be my moderator. I had to give everybody breaks. I gave Ashley a break just a few days ago.
Well, I just feel like earlier if you wanted to put me on as a moderator, that way if I'm ever in there.
Okay, and my thing, and I'll do that now, but my thing is only delete trolly things, but don't delete anybody. I'll do the banning. Unless I specifically am out somewhere like protesting and I'm like, hey, can you ban so-and-so?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just had to say that out loud so that my brain didn't not say it and I just assumed. Okay, didn't you write in here earlier? Oh, didn't you just recently? Oh, you just put in the chat, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in the chat also.
Okay. If you can just type something in the chat, Fat Grammy, real quick.
I'm still not blue, but that's okay. It took my...
You wrote something in the comment?
Yeah, I put the website in there, so it's not taking the website.
Huh. So I do still have it on. Okay, do you want to just type something else in the chat? Where are you, Fat Grammy? I'm trying to find you and see if I'm able to do it from here. I don't know if I can because it's StreamYard, but we'll see.
Can you see me? Did you see what I just wrote?
Here.
Yep. Yeah, so you can't, unless you're a wrench, you can't type a
okay, so I'll just have to do it later. Yeah, you have to do it in YouTube, not... Thank you, darling. Thank you, Apostate Alex. Hello, Alex. We appreciate you, Alex.
Hello, Mr. Alex.
Mr. Alex. Okay, good. All right, good to know. Well, I'll do that, and I'll do that later after the stream. So it's good to know. It's good to know now that I know. Okay, so Andrew and Thornton's. Here we have it. Andrews and Thornton. There's a Thor. There's an N at the end of the Thor. Thornton, but you don't say the N.
AndrewsThornton.com is the website.
And I tried to put Andrew Thornton, Andrew.
And here is a picture of Ann Andrews. And then Kimberly DeGonia is the one in the middle down below. And she is the one that she was the Riverside prosecutor in the DA's office. So, and that was her job for many years, was prosecuting child abuse, child deaths. And so she is very familiar with children issues. And
this also there's other people can also report to them for other things as well, right?
They can, yes.
And they will possibly give you either a direction to go with it if it's something they can't personally handle with their business or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I just want to make sure these are part of the things I just want to mention and remind people that we have whatever we do have, we need and should take advantage of in terms of, you know, because even us showing up and calling to public works and calling into the city and showing up at police commissions and stuff like that, all of these little footsteps are accomplishing a lot. So I think that to even be able to have, if it's an outlet for somebody in any way, to be able to know that they can go here to Andrews and Thornton and report or get help from somewhere, obviously, other than like going to the Aftermath Foundation, or if you favor the SPTV Foundation, you can go there. But this is mainly for legal terms and getting justice.
They are still taking people. They would like to have people with more recent cases. That would be phenomenal if people had more recent cases. And I was thinking of people that have been out recently, like who did you just have on your? You just interviewed her, Kat?
Oh, Kate, yeah.
Catherine Olson. She's recently out. I don't know if she has abuses that could be, reported or not. I'm just saying that she was a recent one. There was another lady that Natalie had interviewed, and she had a criminal case, a recent criminal case. And she could be one that could do a recent civil case. And I can't remember what her name was.
Somebody put it in the chat.
But anybody that's been recently left Scientology would help to have them report. Yeah, and I know talking with Kimberly, I know Amy just talked about Kimberly has been on the true crime channels talking about that poor little baby that was killed
the
by
9-month-old
mom and dad there in California.
Yeah.
And so we've talked quite a bit about stuff like that happening. And I know there have been several people that have recently reported to Kimberly. She doesn't give me any information. The people happen to tell me. So I don't talk to her about anybody that's reported to her. That's completely client privilege. That's secret stuff. But people that have reported to her have told me, hey, we called the lawyer. So the more the better, please.
And I also wanted to just bring Amy's channel here as well. I think I brought it up earlier. Where
Victims Have Voices.
I mean, yes. I thought I typed it in. Nope, I didn't. Good job, Laura. No, you didn't. Okay, but Amy M, three things. Amy M has an awesome channel. Well, I just feel like Amy M is awesome with her information and and she's putting it on her channel, and also not just her information and videos as part of what she does. She also talks about Scientology, crimes, or she helps people that are constantly in this community looking for information specifically in certain areas and stuff like that. But also Amy also posts most of the time. There we go. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Indeed, Amy is awesome. Amy also posts the mornings. One of the things I was going to talk about here today on the updates is that this past week, it was amazing. Everybody needs to give Nora Ames a big round of applause for her first call-in to the meetings, to Public Works. I'm just being funny. But it was really awesome to hear other people. I feel that specifically because people worked in the organizations, when you've worked in those organizations, I think it's really important. And for example, I'm going to start calling into Clearwater city meetings and letting them know about that, talking about Lisa McPherson and talking about the details there. So I just really want to make that a more known thing. You can always go to Audit LA's. You can go to Amy M's YouTube, and they always post in the community tabs in the post like, hey, tomorrow, which you'd see 4 hours, whatever the earliest is, they'll say like, is the police commission, here's the link, here's public works meeting, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to go and look. And once you do it one time, it becomes easier. And then you start learning. You hear other people. You hear myself. You hear Audit. You hear Gigi. You hear Mona. You hear Ganja. You hear everybody. There's so many people calling in on different days in random times. And it doesn't matter if you sound repetitive. It needs to be on the record. It needs to be known that there were people in the city calling in, and you can be you could have knowledge or have an opinion as an American, and you can call in about the city of Los Angeles, of something that's going on in the city. So calling in is super important. And if you want to know where or how, you can always go to Mona or Audit LA's page or Amy M's. Amy M, I just had it up.
I always love it when Miriam or Haggis calls in and they both have such accents.
It's so awesome. And but America's full of that, especially Los Angeles.
Especially Los Angeles. It's very diverse.
So it's important. Like tomorrow morning, Monday, there's a public works meeting. You can go to Amy M. .694 on YouTube. And I should be posting this, but clearly I'm not getting better at it. So I just need to start getting better at it and do it myself. But tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., there's a public works meeting. Everybody can call in. There's a Zoom meeting. Anybody can call in. You can make sure you raise your hand and you can just say, I want to talk. You get maybe 1 minute, sometimes 2 minutes. And you just say, I want to talk. I just want to give general public comment, and they'll give you 1 or 2 minutes. Public Works is all about the cracked sidewalks that aren't being fixed all around L. Ron Hubbard Way and on Fountain. Mm-hmm. The fact that they think they own L. Ron Hubbard Way and that they have their security guards and Sea Org members driving up and rallying and running their Sea Org members who are only getting paid $47 a week. That's illegal. They cannot have that happening on city public property, on the streets, on anything, whether they have an event or not.
Permits, the illegal parking signs.
Yeah, and the fact that they have not upheld their permit, which is it's revocable. It's a revocable permit to have L. Ron Hubbard Way be what it is, and to have the bricks be on that street. So we want to revoke their permit for L. Ron Hubbard Way and put it back to North Berendo Street. And we want to put the parking meters back in there and put it back to asphalt instead of the bricks that it is, because that's one of their tactics, to not let car stains and oil stains ruin the bricks. And so then they just, nobody can park here all of a sudden. No, we would rather have the regular asphalt there so the cars can park there and ruin the bricks or the street if they want to, just as they do all over LA. That's such a bullshit excuse. So
exactly.
But not only that, there's many reasons to it. They like to run and control that neighborhood like a gang does. And they liked to, they haven't been paying the insurance from what we know of. They haven't been paying the insurance that they're supposed to be paying on that permit. So, hi, Bubba. Are you coming in again? Okay, you just want to snuggle.
Apostate Alex says he votes for LRH Way to be renamed Xenu Way.
I mean, so if those are your strong feelings, Alex, feel free to call in tomorrow morning at the Public Works meeting and let them know. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so that's super important. There's other meetings to call in. I mean, I want to learn the Clearwater City Council meetings. I want to learn those so that I can report, the abuses that were happening and that are still happening to my friends in the Sea Org currently in Clearwater. And see what
the Clearwater ones, they don't have call in.
Okay.
So you have to write your comments, and it's for their work sessions. I don't know about their other extra committees, whether or not you can, but let's look into that and we'll learn it together.
It would just be interesting. I think it would be fun to be able to show people how to do it as well in their own states and in their own cities.
Yeah.
Oh, Bubbies.
Well, for a while I was doing Chicago quite regularly and Utah. Salt Lake City quite regularly, and then LA. We tried for the New York. The New York one was just way convoluted. And the Clearwater one is good, but you have to write them because they don't have kind of like you have to either be there or.
I mean, even we can start writing. I feel like writing is also on the record. This isn't just about like, it's not just about like, oh, I'm going to call in and I'm going to sound dumb and they're not going to hear me. No, 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 no. It's about putting whatever you need on the record because it hasn't been put on the record. Another point I want to bring up about putting shit on the record. It's super important to me. If you're watching right now and you're either under the radar, or you don't want to be known, I can understand that 100%. Or if you are out here and you're on YouTube telling your story and you were a child born and raised in the Sea Org, it is super important, especially here in Los Angeles, what's going on. At least I feel like it's important everywhere, but obviously in the main bases like Los Angeles, Clearwater, things like that. It's so important if you had any interactions at all to report your crime, to make a report. And it doesn't have to be like, you need to report your crimes to the LAPD, but there hasn't been anybody reporting that has made reports to the LAPD because of Scientology's policies and just the brainwashing where you just feel so unsafe with the LAPD because of all the ties that Scientology has to the LAPD. But
remember when one of the things that I would love to see is, remember when Cece was going to go turn herself in before she passed away? Is that okay? I'm just going to throw an example out here because I know I've heard this example is like when somebody was talking about Aaron being made to do things or Tori having to do things. It's like for them to go and report and go, I did this. That's what I was supposed to do. That was my job. But now I know it was illegal what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's not only, I mean, sure, it's also about the abuse that you had. It's okay if you want to start with yourself, that's fine. It makes you more aware to be able to have that respect and care for other people. So if you want to go in, I promise I will help anybody that wants to report even just their 3 years in the Sea Org or their 10 years. If it was in LA and you were in the Sea Org and you want to stay under the radar, I promise I will not give your information out. You will have a very private conversation with the LAPD, and it will be, nobody will know. If you email me, let me pop up my email. It's LARA. There's no U. I found out a lot of people said, oh my God, it took me forever to realize I was emailing the wrong Laura FM music. So there you go. But this is my email, LARA, larafmmusic@gmail.com. Please feel free to email me directly and let me know, and I will talk to you privately and we'll go from there. I'll give you all the details. And the things is, this is even more recently, if you were recently in the Sea Org, if your mom or a family member just left the Sea Org, things like that. Hi, Dr. Heather. Thank you for being here. Will you moderate the chat if there's anything I wasn't able to do anything. But so if basically for me, because I'm in Los Angeles, it's easy for me to go directly to the police. It's easy for me to make sure reports are directly put in and reported. So I can teach you. It's about child abuse. It's about the work, what do you want to call it? 110 plus hours a week of working, the low pay, the mental abuse, the amount of times you were put on the RPF, things like this. Anything where you were fucking exhausted. I would just say anytime a Sea Org member felt exhausted, you have a report. So it's not just like, oh, well, I wasn't sexually abused or I wasn't this or no. If you were in the Sea organization, especially recently and in Los Angeles, and I mean recent within the last 10 years, give you 10 years. I am very interested in helping you get that report to the LAPD, even if it's just a 2-page report. If it's a 30-page report, it's super important. So please email me. I put my email there.
It is one of the examples that I've used. Was a person that had abuse from back in the 80s, and she has reported. And you know what? That's her justice, is just to be able to tell the story, to get it off her chest, to be able to let somebody know that could possibly affect change. That to her was huge, that she could at least just tell somebody what happened to her. She was a young child when it happened. She was taken to a motel and sold to men. You know, she was held hostage.
Literally. And that's exactly. Audit, do you want to jump in? I sent you the link if you want to come up.
Yep, medical dangers with the Purif. The Purif is huge, Amy.
Okay, yes. So that's another thing. Amy M, you are just so effing smart. But we all are. Together, we're even smarter. So medical damage. If you were a child and you did the Purif, specifically, like I'm working on LA, but if somebody wants to work with me that's in Clearwater and wants to do this stuff, I'm absolutely also down to do that. There is no, oh, I don't like you and you can't talk to me. None of that when it comes to exposing and taking down Scientology. So if there's somebody in Clearwater that wants to know all the things that we're doing, that I've done personally, internally with the police, that will help the protests and everything, then email me, hit me up, message me, and I will make sure that we can all help you and make it really
that fellow's name was Chance, if I remember right. His name is Chance, the one that escaped. And his going through with what he said, he was trafficked here, or trafficked to LA for his training, and they kicked him out because they found his Tinder emails and Tinder apps and stuff on his phone.
I'm not laughing, but that's just so,
it's so ridiculous. But then it
will be any reason at this point, any reason. Anybody will get kicked out for the weirdest fucking reasons, and they're gonna feel so controlled and bad that they left, and then boom, now you have to pay your freeloader bill, and now you're under conditions, and now you have to make amends to us, so we know you're in good
standing. It's a Department of Labor law that if somebody brings you from Utah to LA for your training, for your job, that if they kick you out, they have to pay your way back. They can't just give you $5 and say bye.
Right.
They
can't just give you $300 either, which is what they gave to me. $300, and I thought I was rich.
You're right.
Why? Look at this. Why are they on Tinder? Who found it?
Why was the person on Tinder?
Yeah.
Because he was trying to hook up with another guy.
That's so funny. I mean, Audit, you should know better. Do you know what Tinder is? So many were trafficked from Denmark and Sweden. Exactly. So I just know that what I'm doing here in Los Angeles in terms with the Mona and Audit and the fucking a lot of amazing people that are helping is working. The internal system is working, because it doesn't matter if somebody's not doing their job properly in the LAPD. That person is going to get in trouble legally for not doing their job. So when you make it an obvious thing that you have reported this and you have filed this, that means that it's something that when they were on the position, they have to adhere to. They have to investigate. And we're doing it really smartly. So if there's anybody that wants any advice on it, I'm absolutely down to talk to you. Message me, email me. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of me. And it's not on Tinder.
They took his phone.
All I know about Tinder is the documentary of the Tinder Swindler. So
they took his phone and they found the app on there.
Yeah, Audit. What do you mean? There's no privacy. There's no permission. You have to. Nothing is allowed like that. Oh, Audit, you just need to get on the screen, okay? Okay? If you're going to be talking about the Tinder stuff this much in the chat, we're up. This is a Sunday update. Audit asking, why would Scientology be looking at Tinder? Well, because they want to go have some fun.
And I want to thank everybody that's been emailing me the timeline information, events,
yes,
all of that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I know I don't respond to every email. I'm sorry, Peter, but
that's literally on my list here.
I do look at every email and I go through all the information you're sending me and putting it into the right categories. So thank you so much, you guys.
It's so helpful and it speeds everything up. It really speeds everything up. I know that there's some people, there was a timeline or a mapping or something that was being done by Scott and some other people, majority of the other people behind the scenes, but this is a totally different thing. We're not
nothing to do with that.
Yeah. So if there's anything that there's people that you had that maybe you added to that timeline, you can send it to me and we'll all be, or Mona, and you can always add that. This timeline is meant for anybody to use at any time for their legal shit and to really take down Scientology. So we're not here trying to be private or quiet about it. We're very excited about updating all the details on it from all the way. What do you go for farther as back as like the 1950s, 1940s?
The beginning of Scientology.
Okay. Yeah. All the way up until today. So, until tomorrow and on out. So, anything we can keep adding to the timeline is just really thickening up and making an awesome Audit wants to talk more about this Tinder. Hi, Audit.
Hey, so
should I mute
like
you,
5
Audit?
Minutes. No, I only have 5 minutes. No, my question is, it's not coming out right. I don't care why Chance or anyone would be on Tinder, but like Scientology is always acting like they're so self-righteous and that they don't have, you're not allowed to.
Uh-oh.
You muted. Audit. You probably accidentally muted yourself and you just don't realize it. So she got excited to talk about Tinder, and now we don't hear her. No, she's being funny. She's just saying like, yeah, what's the problem with anything, right? I'm gonna mute Audit. I'm gonna mute you until you get your mic right. How will I know if the mic's right? Wait, are you good?
Yeah, I was going to say,
can you hear me?
Know?
Yeah, it's okay, good. We can hear you. Call, and the call came in, so I'm going to have to go in a second. But so my question is, like I guess from what I'm trying to understand it, it's not about Chance having Tinder. I mean, people have Tinder. I get that, but you know how like Scientology, like they're not online. They're so puritanical. Right. You can't have sex outside of marriage. So how do they know what Tinder is? That's my question. Is like, how do does are they like, I don't know, does Jennifer, I was like using Jennifer's example, does she have an account and so she knew what it was, or you know what I'm saying? Like they seem like they seem so disconnected from technology and from anything people would know. So how would they even know
they are on Tinder? You know why? This is a good question, but it sounds silly, but it's actually a very good question. You know how they know without knowing stuff in the outside world? Is through all the sec checking and the auditing. Before anybody goes in session, they have to run the rudiments, which means they have to run, are you tired? Are you hungry? Good. Did you sleep well? Great. Has a withhold been missed? Do you have an ARC break? So they have to ask these things before they start the session. And what it means is you're slowly hypnotizing them into the session. But you're giving off all your PT overt. You can't go in session if you have something on your mind or something you don't want to say. You have to be really in calm and confronting and having transparency with your auditor, right? So it's auditor and PC attacking the bank, so it's like not really your fault. It's the auditor and you are going to attack this negative aberrated thing about you. So when you go in session, you feel like you're private and you feel like you're sort of like, you know, have some sort of freedom of security and privacy, but you're also being completely conned and scammed because you're in auditing and Scientology and everything's being recorded so that they eventually will blackmail the fuck out of you and more and know where you're from and your money and all that.
So what you're saying, you know, like a person may be in session. I'm not feeling well. Why? Well, I'm upset about something that happened on Tinder. Well, what's Tinder?
No. They will be in before you go in session, or anything like that. Before you get put on the e-meter, the cans, they have to run your rudiments, which is ARC break. It's real. I'm not breaking it down here, but what they do is they are asking you, did you commit any withholds? Is there anything on your mind that why you can't start the session? And so if they're on Tinder while they should be, you know, or if they're on a break and they see you were on Tinder literally during break time, there's very much. And also remember, Sea Org members and staff members are running and controlling everybody. So their level of masturbating, and let alone what were you, they break down what were you thinking of while you were masturbating. So you never want to masturbate and you never want to get caught masturbating or doing anything like sexual because it's gonna come up at some point. That's like the first go-to. Do you masturbate? I still can't get the sex checkers fucking question out of my head.
Every time you say that, you use
do you masturbate? Yeah. Well, there you go.
So somebody had to have told them, because there's no way. Well, no, I shouldn't say no way. Who knows? Somebody there may be, you know, like wild enough and have a sneak Tinder account, but for the most part, somebody told them what it is, and they found out through set checks or.
OSA already definitely knows the day Tinder probably came out because so many Scientologists were probably on it. Like, who can I talk? And it just comes up, and new people coming in, they're like, oh, you're probably going to get off Tinder because that's, you know, violates your second dynamic agreements or whatever.
And then they searched his phone, but they knew what it was because of prior history.
Sure, but they literally have cameras everywhere. Audit. They literally have cameras in the hallways and in the office. Like, security's watching everybody all the time, so they can literally just look.
Wow.
Anyway,
all right.
I wonder how much she makes off from OnlyFans.
I wonder if they know. They must know about that too, then, right? Like.
They probably already knew the person's history before. They wouldn't be able to be on staff, so they probably already knew that this was going to be an issue. So they're like monitoring them. Look up there in the bathroom for 20 minutes. They're probably on Tinder. Check their phone.
I don't want to find out that Janet has an OnlyFans.
Why not? You can help her.
That's true. If we can
get her I'm adding Nora. All right, Audit, if you're done with us and we're no longer
we
answered all your Tinder questions.
Can I comment one thing on what Audit was talking about real quick?
Yes. Please join the Tinder talk.
So two major things. You have the department called INCOM, which is their like cyber security, cyber stalking unit, which they created back in the early 80s when computers were like a whole room. And it has evolved. It is probably the most advanced area of Scientology that exists. And in order to be a member, like to work there, it's like even harder to become a member there than it is to work standing next to David Miscavige. Because number one, they are probably, allegedly, maybe, like committing cyber crimes on the daily. Okay, because back in the 90s when the internet was a baby, they started this campaign because when people started Googling Scientology, the only things that were coming up were the OT3 materials that had been leaked online, Operation Clambake, Xenu.net, right? And what was the other one? The ex-Scientology message board. And they were like, oh my God, like every time someone searches for Scientology, we're not showing up. So they told all Scientologists, hey, we got a special assignment for you. All of you upstat, important, great Scientologists, come into the org and you are going to make your own website. And so they had all these computers set up in like the lobby area of every org across the planet. And so people were commanded to go in, put all their personal information in there, write a little bio about themselves. I'm so-and-so, and I'm a Scientologist, and I do blah, 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 blah. And then they, no, because people didn't understand how the internet worked, they told them, you have to take home this CD, load that into your home computer, and then that uploads your site to the internet. And people were like, oh, okay, I will for sure do that. What was contained on that software was a Trojan horse to give everybody, every Scientologist who actually entered that disk into their house, nanny software on their computers. So for many years, that software has followed people through various logins and other things. You also have the Sky Dayton connection, where he started Earthlink, and most Scientologists had an Earthlink email address for years. Most of them still have that. So if you see somebody on the internet with an Earthlink email address, it's most probably a Scientologist. Second thing to know is that similarly to how they track people with their travel agents and put our names into searches to see when and where we're traveling, they do the same thing with Incom. They are putting out feelers on every search, dark web, every social media, every dating site to track their members, so that if that random Sciento goes into the session and they're like, nah, everything's good, they already know that person's on Tinder, and they will then just be like, what's this? What's this? And then the person's like, fucked, because they will just, because they're old, right? So they'll print the internet out. It will be a piece of paper. We've seen you here, and it's like, that's paper, but
so that you immediately
hostage.
You can't deny
situation, and you're in the locked room and you're getting interrogated. You don't have a way to not, like, talk your way out of it. The other thing I wanted to touch on is I've been watching this documentary called Look Into My Eyes. Everybody should watch this. It's about this principal in Florida, not a Scientologist, who decided to start hypnotizing his public school students in Northport, Florida. One kid who was like a rising star athlete went into a trance while driving his vehicle and died in the crash. 2 other students unalived themselves after these hypnosis sessions. But what was weird about their unaliving is that they both basically went into a fetal position with like their head pointed at the ground with something tied around their neck, like as if they just willed themselves to stay in this position. Like, he was also teaching these kids like self-hypnosis. And in the documentary, they start describing like what hypnosis is. They have this doctor who's, doing a lot of hypnosis, but the way he describes it, I was like, this is Dianetics. And he says specifically that you're not in hypnosis, you're not supposed to touch on negative incidents because it can have a profound negative impact on people. Like, when you're doing it, you're supposed to it's supposed to be like positive reinforcement, like for people who want to quit smoking or something, right? So you're just like, I'm a non-smoker and I don't enjoy cigarettes and I think cigarettes are gross, so that you'll just like reject them, right? Like your brain is telling you to reject them. But what Dianetics does, as we know, it puts you in that basic hypnosis state. You count down backwards, you get comfortable, right. You do the breathing, and then you go right into what? All of the shit that's traumatic to you, right? So please watch this documentary, everybody. It's fascinating, but that's how they would be tracking people. It is, whoever put that up, that it's like the CIA. Yeah, it is it is their own. They work hand in hand with OSA, Incom, to like verify the information and track people and stalk people and stuff like that.
And besides the fact that they own telecommunications programs.
Yeah, I was going to say companies. They also, like, Incom.
I can't hear you, Laura. Are you muted?
Can you hear me, Mona?
I can hear you, Laura.
Audit, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I have to run, but Nora, thank you for the explanation too. That was really helpful. You all answered my questions. Thank you.
Okay, bye, Audit.
Bye.
Yeah, so they own a couple of telecommunications companies. One right there in LA. Can you hear me, Nora?
No, I can't hear anybody. Let me fix my stuff.
Yeah, I don't think Nora can hear.
Yeah, because I hear you, Laura. Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm going to mute. Nora, I'm going to mute. I'm going to mute her until she figures it out. what I was going to say is they have Incom also controls the whole, like they'll know Scientology companies like Earthlink and whatever, that they'll know that they could at any point ask the executive of that company that's a Scientologist for information, and that Scientologist will give it, just like what Moxon does with his fucking lawyer, with his license. He will do anything because Scientology is the greatest good for the greatest number of dynamics. That's how they think. Well, if it's for Scientology, then it automatically means yes, because it is the most survival for the better. Because in their mind, Scientology is the only thing. So this is why they think they can get away with all these legal things, like Moxon with his fucking fraud ass, you know, actions with all kinds of lawsuits, all the way stemming back from way back in the day till now, still current. Yeah, anyway, so yeah.
And
okay, let's try this again with Nora. I can't remember
what the name of the company is. I know Jeff Augustine had found it and had reported on it, and that's where I had found it. And so they have two companies. One's right there in LA, and then I think the other one is
Earthlink is absolutely definitely owned by Scientology.
Right.
1,000,000%. And I literally have known that forever. Like I just knew that, but it's just so weird. The brain doesn't register that, oh, Earthlink runs this whole like internet thing and this computer thing. Like you don't learn it until you're out in the world to understand what the hell the company is, even why. What is it called? Why? Like I was offered a job at Nora, what's that Glendale law firm that Scientology uses all the fucking time?
Oh, I can't remember. All I can think is of the software company that's there.
Oh my God. Atkinson Baker.
There you go.
Yeah.
Atkinson Baker. I'm just realizing, oh my God, like I've been doing research and I'm like, none of y'all are getting away with this. No, Atkinson Baker. And then realizing Gillum Grady, you know, the what do you call it? Peter Gillum vitamin store is still technically right there. Like 5 blocks, not even 3 blocks away from me. It's insane.
Yeah.
And then hearing, you know, Janice's stories from years ago, even YouTube videos, I'm like, oh my God, I've gotten so much better on YouTube. But the YouTube video, it's still full of information, whether I sucked at it at the beginning or not, and I still suck at it or not. It's still information from so many different revenues and so many different avenues and so many different generations. So
yeah,
it's really puzzling shit together, even though we think we're not doing that much. And also a quick update before I go sidetrack again is Nora. I wanted to really have everybody really support Nora in what she's going through right now. I think, Nora, you're going to also learn like slowness and can't just drink that quick coffee and nope. It's like, no matter how, you're still going to be energized if you drink that coffee, but the time takes time. But we love Nora so much. We are absolutely going to go through this with you, and we're going to help you every step of the way. And I want you to know, if you have that support, if you feel that you really have that support, then we want you to enjoy going through this. I know that's crazy to say, but it is crazy. It is crazy, but I really want you to think of it that way, because you already got out of Scientology. And so like, this is just one of their tactics, and we're here to help you get through it. So it is going to be hard. It's so invasive. It's so disruptive, but we're here to help you get through it.
Thank you.
And on that note, I definitely want to share Nora's, let's see if I did this right.
Please.
I'm going to also put this on below this video, if I can, you know, just have my YouTube manager over here. non-existent.
The team we all have.
Yeah, big ass team here, you know. How do you think I speak every day? I've got a big team.
No, it's just, I'm a solo act. I mean, when I, you know, put on whatever I'm doing, it's just me. It's just me. And, you know, I still have to go work on putting the new studio together because everything's out of the garage, so I can't go down there even if I wanted to. But yeah, I really appreciate that. People have been so generous already in donating, and I said in an update earlier today that I have spoken with a lawyer in Los Angeles who is very familiar with the situation, so I don't have to like spend 10 days trying to explain my life to them. And is willing, and secondly, most importantly, is willing to take on the case. But their retainer is $5,000. That's just the retainer. And then because of the nature,
that's fine,
no,
Nora.
I'm just saying,
we got you, and you're gonna keep us updated, and you're gonna let us know when you get out of. We're gonna be following you, so we're gonna
and
know.
The court, it's coming up soon. It's coming up 2 weeks from Monday.
I'm gonna probably be there if you don't mind.
I would not mind you. I never mind.
You're like,
when you appear,
Laura.
Actually, don't come near me. No, I would not mind if you showed up. I would love to see you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep, I definitely will do that. And so again, I know that Nora, you have your gifts and go, which I just posted and I put in the chat here.
Thank you.
You can copy and paste this. If you have a photogenic mind, you can really type in all of those letters, but it's
a lot. I couldn't.
So yeah, I'm gonna and go to Nora's YouTube and go to the post. There's ways if you definitely want to donate. There's definite ways to do that. And then not only that, Nora also has her Venmo and PayPal and her other ways to pay, Cash Apps or whatever. Totally still accepting stuff from that. And guess what, guys? It's okay to oversend somebody money when they're going through something like this, because trust me, the fucking shit goes fast. And the lawyer right there is already $5,000. Then you got to get Nora out here physically, and you want, anything can be pulled where stupid people like to extend things, so that costs more money and things like that. So we just need to know that we're all going to be paying attention to this, and just making sure that you're supported all the way through, and that you're not just left in the dust from this harassing mother effer.
I appreciate that. I just, right now I'm focused on gathering all the evidence and everything, which is, like I said earlier, it's a lot of work because it's 2 years of information. And part of the problem is that it isn't like I'm looking at a catalog of stamps, right? It is, for me, re-traumatizing to do that. And so I have to take my time, but I don't have time. But in the effort to, if I do get the lawyer, which I would love,
I had to be the boss on that one.
It's okay. Whenever an animal, Toby.
He's not going to shut up, Nora, when you say Toby. You both are yelling in the mic now.
I'm sorry. Whenever any animal appears on the television, my dogs think that we are under attack, especially horses. They have they got a real beef with horses. So there's always these ads for some reason for like the farmer's dog and stuff like that. And they just like literally they go insane just seeing another dog. I don't know. But anyway, I think that should be another thing. No doorbells and ads and no animals. Just
I agree.
We don't need it. We don't, it's unnecessary. But I was saying something else.
Talking about your court, the lying and all of that, and the injustice, and that you're going through all the crap, and it's re-traumatizing.
It is, and I'm trying to gather as much information that I can and put it together in a comprehensive, cohesive, organized fashion for the lawyer and for the court, so that I don't need a team of people charging $300 an hour to do what I can do.
Exactly.
Come here. You want to come?
Nora thinks this is her channel, so I'm just going to let her talk to herself while she gets her dogs under control. Yes, every part of this is very important. Like even like the plane to come back, and by God, if the plane is late or so-and-so happens or there's a protest, like there's so much that can happen. You know what ex-Scientologists have done their whole lives? I do it on a daily basis right now. You know what? Always having to do something, always having to be on there, always on the edge, never having enough, but barely getting the fuck by. And it is exhausting. I'm just going to shout for Nora right now because I'm also going through it. It's fucking exhausting. I'm so sick. I'm almost 40 years old. I'll say this. I am so sick of working. I love creating and making art and working on music and art and all that. I cannot do that all the time, having to do the things that I am doing, that it takes a lot. So to then on top of that have some fucking scumbag harassing, psychotic, like I can't even call this person a human being, to be attacking and has been attacking so much of us. And now Nora's just over the last
I do have to be careful though, because I'm not allowed to.
That's fine. Then you don't. I can say what I want.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm going to mute you and I'll say what I want. So what I'm saying is that
just for my own precautions,
let me finish.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna let you say whatever you want, because I can't.
That's all I was gonna say. Is that while somebody is going through this, please, this isn't just one. Again, this isn't just one person's problem. What Nora's going through, this person will absolutely, from their behavior, do to other people in the future.
Sure. So. And it's also just I
really support her.
We brought up what
really
Pearl said. Yeah. And what Pearl said is true. Like anything like this, for the people out there that are like, it's not that big a deal, who cares? It does follow you. When people do a background check on you, that's in your background check. And I've never had anything that would, I've never been arrested. I've never been to court over anything. And so this is, for me, like, that's just upsetting in general. So yeah, it is, there's whatever. It's important to me to fight this in the most legal way possible in the court. And it's not this, unfortunately, this isn't something that's going to be battled on social media, because this is not a court. This is our opinions about things and stuff like that.
We don't want you to battle it, Nora. The last thing we want you to do is battle this on social media when we're all begging you to not.
No, I'm definitely not. No.
So
no,
I will
very
be there.
busy.
I'll be there physically, literally for you. Whoops. Oh. And so will a lot of people. And in the meantime, people can absolutely donate to any of your Cash Apps privately. If you want to send a huge chunk of money over to Nora, just to be like, here, fucking fees to get to LA. Lawyer here, a big ass lunch when you want it, whatever it is. Those are the things that do individually help people like me and Nora and people that have gone through this kind of stuff, that make them feel like, oh my God, I feel so good. I feel so lucky that we have a community that is able to like get us through these difficult times. Whereas other people dealing with court stuff in the past didn't have a great community like this.
Yeah. No, absolutely true. Absolutely true.
And so and Nora, you're so awesome. And you're going to come out of this so strong and get through it so strong. And we're here to help you. And if this was happening to any of us, we would fucking be supporting all of us doing this. So
don't leave, Nora. I have a question for you.
Okay. I have an answer.
Okay. So I asked you the other day, there were ranches in Florida and then Finland and Denmark, right?
Yeah. And there was one, I'm trying to remember, it was on
New
on
Mexico?
the Free Winds itself, because I know of someone who's like, their nanny, they were located in like the Dutch Antilles, right? Like while they were in the Caribbean, they would hire nannies. And there was a lot of incidents that happened with the kids who were specifically on the Free Winds at the time. That was back in the day where I guess this is actually prior to the Free Winds. This is when there were still some other ships operating, because this person's experience took them through the Caribbean, and also spending a couple years of their life at a very young age in Cyprus, where like they had a problem later on because, you know, as you know, children born directly into the fake Space Navy have like no access to actual education. So during these formative years, this person like was speaking fluent Greek, and then they moved back to like the States, and it was like they literally couldn't speak English, and so they had to learn English from scratch at like age 7.
Right.
You know,
Did
so they were way
one
behind.
In Mexico too?
Oof. I don't know, because there wasn't really, and Laura, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe there was like a fake Space Navy presence there until much later, until like the late 90s.
Till where? To where? Sorry.
When did CLO LATAM get formed? The Continental Liaison Office Latin America, which is in Mexico.
Oh, Sina might know that, my friend, or
Yeah.
my friend Sarah.
Because that would be the only place where that would have happened. If that happened, like if that place, I don't know when that was established. If that was established sometime in the 80s, then there definitely would have been kids there also.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I was 86 at least. Definitely for cadets.
Serge might know. I don't know.
Aw, yes, my friend. I wonder if my friend Sarah, this would be a real nice treat if she could join us, because she definitely knows about a bunch of these cadet orgs and stuff. Oh, Nora, thank you, Angel babe. Nope, you did it. You are upstat. So yes, yes, I need to send her this right now. How cute. Because Mona, this is somebody she's one of my dear friends. She joined the Sea Org later. She can tell your story, but she knows a lot of my cadet friends and is very good friends with a bunch of the ex-cadets and all of that, because she was in the Sea Org here in the Blue Building. So that would be so cool. If her name's Sarah Seltzer. No, Sarah Seltzer. And Sina, I hope someday will jump up, but she's thickening up her bones. That's what I'm telling my good friends. You're thickening up your bones. I tell them, you'll come on someday, but you're thickening up your bones, which is true. Like, let them be. If that's the case, I'm not rushing them. But yeah, Nora, I will unmute you now.
What was the name of the Clearwater?
Oh, you.
Ranch?
Okay. She chose to mute herself.
What was the name of the Clearwater Ranch?
Just the Clearwater.
Probably the Clearwater Ranch.
CW.
They're not that known for creativity when it comes to the children.
Yeah, they're like just Clearwater cadets, because
I mean, we literally had the Pack Ranch and then the ranch, which was also the Int Ranch. So then, like, if you knew in a conversation, it was like, well, that person's from the ranch, and then you knew you were there to talk about Int. And there's like, if somebody said, oh, they're one of the ranch kids, you're like, oh, that's the Pack Ranch, and you knew because of the tone the person said it, because the Pack Ranch was considered like for the pavos, and it was not
with the lice and the critters.
Yeah, and then the Int Ranch was like the elite children, because you know they chose the right parents' bodies, and you know they got to be born next to source.
Somebody said it was a boarding school the other day, and I about puked.
Well, that's how they describe it. That's how Laura's dad described it in his video. Those are almost the exact words he used. It's so disgusting.
Not only that, that's how we were trained as cadets to describe it. Even when we did go on those slight field trips, as they would call them, I'm like, I can't even call it a field trip, because that's a lie. The outsides, the outsides, that's exactly what it is, even though it's a shitty one. But the outside schooling people use field trips as like an adventure from the school. So no, it's not that. It was completely fucking controlled, and we had no rights. We were only allowed that no sugar. Like, no, there was no fucking freedom in it. It was just another manipulative tool. Anyways, I'm going to go on another rant when we talk about cadet
growing
stuff.
up Scientology. We were the kids who were fed carob chips. Okay. So like, just, that's all you need to know. We wouldn't even get chocolate chips.
Hey, some people really like those carob chips.
That's what?
What did she say?
My wife just said that's all Jews. So apparently Kara is a Jewish thing also. That's huh? My wife is like, cry me a river over your carob chips.
Aw. Cute. Okay, Sarah said she's may hop on a little bit. She's gonna put her little kiddo down, and then she's like, I may hop on. She's all excited.
I have to take these dogs out. That's why they're barking. So I'm gonna hop
okay
off.
So thank you
for all the love, everybody, and the support. And it is fun to talk about these things sometimes, where I can give you guys some little inside information. I'll try it, and once this is all over, things will get back to normal. We'll have comments.
I just want to, this is such a, to me,
yeah,
I'm going to be open. This sounds like a trolly thing, end of session, and maybe you are not a troll.
Yeah,
but let me
say
say something first.
Go for it.
There is, end of session, if you're not a troll, I'm going to say this, comments like this, if you're not a troll, are not what we need in a community when we're literally trying to make money for Nora here. And guess what? If it's 50 grand, great. But she's already told us it's $5,000 to get the lawyer on board. Fine. That's already cheaper than most of the lawyers I've had to hire or other people have had to hire for Scientology shit. So we're all on a board. So no comments about the community being tapped out, because the community has billions of dollars. Right? Technically. How big is the community? As big as the fucking world. So like, don't put a cap or a tap on anything, period. Cap.
Yeah. And it just really, I mean, like I said earlier, in consultation with the lawyer, the $5,000 is what you need to just be like, okay, I'm your lawyer. And then it's $300 per hour. And his estimation of the time and effort based on previous cases and dealings, he said this would be minimum of 20,000 to get this done. And if you look at Solomon's case as a reference, actually, never mind. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Nora, you don't also need to explain yourself.
But if you look at other people and how much things have cost, we're talking upwards of almost $40,000.
Yeah, that's literally what I said. The cases have been a lot, and
yeah.
I was ready to fucking go bat for Josiah 20 grand, 30. Yeah. I was ready to do it. Yeah. So it's just like, you know what? Stick to the boots, stick to our truths, be strong. Nora, we got you. And when we need help with anything, we're going to know about it, because you're going to go up and you're going to be live and you're going to be smart about it. And that's all there is to it. And we're here to support that smartness, whether you shave your head, whether you get a new tattoo, whether you like, who gives a shit? We're here to support you. We're helping you go through it, because none of us, or if any of us ever were in the position, then we would fight it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
all right, I'm going to take these dogs out. Thank you guys.
Yes. Please support Nora.
All the love and the messages and everything. It all is amazing and overwhelming, and I appreciate all of it. And thank you guys. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. Right. You're welcome. Again, there's her gifts and go. Thank you, Nora. Love you so much. You guys. Stay strong. Be cool. Breathe, motherfucker. Breathe through the nose to the brain, out the mouth. Yes. There you go. Okay. Bye. So yes, there's the gifts and go, and I think I also put it in the comments, and we'll also put it, and again, just go to Nora's right here. Just go to Nora's YouTube, and you can always donate there. But you can also send Venmo, PayPal, all that. Please support, because it actually makes people do a better job when there's a community and people supporting. So basically the money, your bang is your buck, or whatever, like you get, like wherever you're, as long as she feels good that she can have a smart lawyer come in and do this, then her buck is going to be worth that bang, or whatever they say. Okay, good. That was actually one of the things that I wanted to update on. I was like, update on, help Nora out, please. So yeah, we talked about Andrews and Thorntons. We also talked, I wanted to tell people, and a lot of people wanted to They were asking about Jesse Prince. I just talked to him literally right before I went live today.
Yeah.
I love him so much. He's so strong. And he's also dealing with some health issues. And so he wants to wait I would say mid-October, which is like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month from now-ish. I think he'll be ready for live streams. And then before we do that, before we start doing live streams, our first live stream and all that, I want to have his YouTube and all that set up for him so that people can subscribe and do his whole thing, update whatever we need to on his YouTube. I know there's 3 things. He wants to update his book. Let's not forget.
We all want to hear the second story of. He can't leave us on a cliffhanger.
Yes, he absolutely can. I'm just kidding.
No,
but to begin what I feel that he wants to do without feeling overwhelmed is he has some typos and things that he wants to adjust in this book. And then he would like to perhaps do the audio for the book. So that's available as well.
There you go.
So that takes time. That takes a little bit of money. And that takes like, spotting out certain recording time and time for him. And because he has to take care of his body and stuff, he needs to be able to be accessible at certain times. So he has to prepare for that, etc. So yeah, that's the scoop on it. He is super excited, and
cool.
I'm saying mid-October or less, like maybe even before then, but I just know for sure we'll just see how he does after certain health things he's doing. And so I'm just saying, okay, a week after that, probably mid-October. So other than that, we still, in the meantime, will be working on getting his phone and his live stream and the camera and the audio and all that set up, because he's like, I've never done any of that. But so we're doing that. That's the update on Mr. Prince. He's so awesome, guys. Like, it's so funny. I can see him in it because he's way older now. He's like, I don't even know him. I think he told me he's like in his 70s or something. I don't know. But anyways.
I think so. Yeah. I think
it's wild.
He's not a lot older than me, but he's a little bit older than me. Yeah.
Yeah. And he has these mannerisms that I'm like, or he'll say something like, it's just so crazy. I'm like, wow, what a world we were all just put in, and how cool it is though. Like, talk about achieving things in life. Getting out of Scientology is not just like, getting out of Scientology. Getting out of a very deeply programmed situation as a human being is really amazing. Not just, just for anybody. So I don't know. I guess I just already have this respect for him. And then, not to be a weirdo, but to be a weirdo and tell everybody update on my life. I met with Jamie finally. It was like, yeah, he was doing a quick thing and he probably didn't tell anybody, but I had happened to text him randomly. And then he was like, oh, just so you know, I'm going to be, he was outside of LA, but I was like, you're actually where I am. You will be very close to me, and I don't give a shit about the drive. I absolutely will come. So it was so nice. It was a short hangout, but it was so fun. Nice. I got to meet him, and he got to sign my book.
Aww.
Which was really cool. He's super badass. I really like Jamie. I really like him. He's super fun and intelligent. And I don't know, I felt like my brain worked really well with his. So that was super fun and cool. I'm doing the update, right?
Any conversations I've ever had with him, I'm always like, I love talking with you because you make my brain work.
Literally, like it's like and then I can also see where his brain's going, so I'm like, oh, blah, and I'll pull him back, or I'll be like, oh, what are you looking at? And then he'll be like excited that I asked him about what he was looking at. Like, I could just see, I don't know, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Jamie, I love you, Jamie, if you're out there. But so on that note, what we're also doing is, I think Wednesday it is, me and Audit, we already went last Tuesday to the police commission meeting, and we directly gave out these books individually to the board members.
What do you feel the response was on that? Were they receptive?
They received it. Yes, they absolutely received it. They said, thank you. They all were, thank you. Even though I'm like, it's so hard to like, I know they're like saying like, thank you. It's just so hard to really accept that because of all the crime and all the crap that they do allow to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you really going to do something about this?
Yeah.
Well, there's literally all these other protesters. And like, for example, they took away, they're trying to take away the freaking Black Lives Matter or MLK parade. It's not the Black Lives Matter, but it's the MLK parade that they do every year.
Somebody else, right? Yeah.
They're trying to they're just trying to not give them the permit for it anymore. Huh. What the fuck? Like, so no. So if you guys, I'm going to mention that as well. I know Audit was on here, but earlier she was talking to me about that. And I mentioned it when I called in. Like, first I was talking about Scientology and all that. And on the last note, I was like, and how dare you not give them the rights for their parade permit? Like, they've been doing this every year. Who is taking this away? That is completely unfair. So yeah, I'm throwing that in there as well. But so on this one, on Wednesday, we're going to Public Works, Audit, myself and some other people. We'll be going to the Public Works meeting, and we'll be giving them all their books as well, directly as a gift, but also not a gift. It's also, we're filing it as evidence and actually as a report that was given from civilians to the board, to the city.
Right. And mainly because most council members or city workers have a limit on what the amount of the gift that they can get without having to report it. So you have to kind of keep it.
And his book, like I said,
rather than a gift. Yeah.
But it absolutely is evidence. And this is the point of me bringing up Jesse's book and this book. These right now are my main ones: Child X and Jesse Prince. The expert witness, because if I can get them reading through this, then, or eventually the audio, right, then they will already get hooked, so to speak, on the crimes internally more thereof when they went, like, for their future, interest in any case of Scientology. They're gonna be more knowledgeable right away reading a book like this or hearing it. And same with Child X. This is already available on Amazon. The audio is also available, which I have both the book and the audio. And now I got his goddamn autograph with a very amazing sweet
Make sure and don't give that one out.
No, I'm like, this one do not mix in the pile.
Right.
So yeah, so it's super important. And oh, bye, Anne. Thank you. We love you so much, Anne Casillas. You amazing angel mother. My goodness. So yeah, those are kind of I didn't even take this.
So Peter brought up a good idea about trying to find a resource for purchasing more books, either through a grant or through a donation from one of
I mean, we can definitely do that. We did it with. Well, I'm not going to go ask a foundation. When we say a foundation, who are we talking about? We're talking about the Aftermath Foundation or the SPTV Foundation. I am not going to go out of my way to ask for that. I prefer on my channel, if I can get 20, 30 people.
About other like human trafficking organizations that may
the book
sponsor. Yeah, the book sponsor the books. To purchase.
I love the ideas. Yeah. I just like Miriam came up with the idea. Thank you, you amazing soul, babe. She came up with the idea, and then I followed it and pushed it all the way through. And now I'm going to push it even further with Jesse's book. But I'm going to keep pushing these two books because you have Jesse's book from the earlier startings of David Miscavige's and a little bit before that. And then you have Jamie, who had the child detailing of what it was like to be a baby and an infant growing all the way up in the Sea organization and his whole life in the situations he was being put through. these to me already, when people say, when are you going to write a book? I'm like, when these books get fucking read and shit gets done about it. Like, this to me is enough to get people interested to a degree legally where they have to do something about it. So I want to make that known.
I thought it was going to take me a while to read The Expert Witness. I literally read the whole book in a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was a very well written read. It was good.
Yeah.
It was very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. We're both reading that, huh? Yep. So, yeah. So the books are, to me, evidence. And I'm like, no. It's not a gift. This is evidence. I wouldn't be here at the city hall and the police commission meeting and all these things as a gift. I'm not here as a gift. I'm here to report messages and stories and facts about our childhood and before and after and what's currently happening in Scientology. Okay, so yeah, calling into the meetings is so important. The law firms. I updated you guys on Jesse Prince. So excited for that. And then also calling in exactly for revoking their permits and also revoking all their like street permits that they have for L. Ron Hubbard Way, like Halloween, their Halloween permit, things like that, where it's like, why does Scientology why are they lying to the neighborhood about these permits and what they're really doing? Why is this okay? Why is this okay?
Do you have any updates on the reporting for Moxon? Or is that kind of status quo right now?
I think it's just filed right now. I haven't heard anything, but definitely I'm so proud of everybody who called in. That was so unbelievable. There was like 10 people and they really got it. Like, and the way that everybody called in and just did it, it was really awesome. And I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm also going to fix some typos and add some more stuff to my report and resend it in and just file it again and resend it in with some updated stuff. So if anybody wants help filing anything like that, I think between us all, we can definitely get it all done. We can help type,
I mean,
research, whatever it is.
I had reported Sakela, who was the lawyer that had interrupted when the boobgate, Nancy Drew's boobgate thing was going on. And Sakela went and stuck his nose in just like Moxon did. And so I had reported him. And geez, Sakela's the one that's, I sent you and his kid, Moxon's kid works for him from the Chicago org.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, they're like, what was his name again? Do you remember?
Brian Moxon.
Yeah. That's his son?
Yeah, that's Moxon's son.
That's so wild. Yeah. So there needs to be information. There's more, all these little details. Cause yeah, I don't know if there's, yeah. I have way more questions just on all that. Like how long, what has his son been doing? How long was his son, how has his son been in the Sea Org this whole time? Like then did he go, like what? Questions.
Yeah, I don't know.
All the attention is just on the daughter. And what was the son told about his sister, if that's the case, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Those are good questions. Yep.
Okay, so we did the expert witness update. Yeah, okay. And then always, again, as usual, any links that are still available, of course, send to my email, please. Laura FM Music of Sea Org members or Scientologists, whatever you believe or see, that are walking around either on city street property, working on the gardens, anything like that. Anytime you see an elderly Sea Org member in uniform, anything like that, any kind of footage, please email me that directly or send me the link where I can clip it and I will do that. Anything like that, anything is helpful, that we can actually show directly an updated timestamp and timeline that I've been putting together of all the elderly abuse, any kind of security, again, hovering and controlling the Sea Org members or directing the Scientologists to go inside, all of that, any working and then running away, all of that, please email me. Okay. Is that all? I think we did a good so far update. Thank you, by the way, to everybody who came out to the show. That was very sweet. I loved seeing everybody there.
I heard it was an awesome show.
It was. It was a solo Lara FM show. So I actually was able to kind of divulge a little bit into my actual feels, and it felt really amazing. And I actually got it all filmed professionally, so I'll be able to release the whole like video of the show soon. So once I get some shit figured out and edited, I'll be able to release that. So that's coming too. And for those of you who are in or near LA, I'll have more shows coming up. I'll put some flyers, and I'll try to give ample notice. Right when it's booked, I will let everybody know. So yeah. Okay. Is there anything else? Other than if you guys can really call in tomorrow morning, Public Works meeting Monday. We'll do more updates before then, I think. Before Wednesday. But other than that, Wednesday, I'll be at the Public Works meeting, giving out the books for the Child X for all the board members. And I also would like to have a bunch of emails and links and all that sent to the board members before I go there on Wednesday, with all the elderly abuse, the neglect, the overworking, the late hours, the random jobs they're doing on the public streets and sidewalks, pressure washing, just anything. Their uniforms being beat up and just anything. Just basically their whole lives are abusive. So it just feels like, just if you see it, film it, monitor it, send it to larafmmusic@gmail.com, please. Okay.
I've been getting different reports from different things these last couple of weeks, more so than what we have been. And one of the people that helps me do a lot of the research, I'm like, you're not going to believe this, but this is what's happening. And I was telling her, she's like, that's a new abuse. How did we not know about this new abuse? And I'm like, different day, I guess. It's just amazing how all of a sudden new things pop up, and I'm like, this is strange. Let's add one more thing.
That's what I mean. And so you have your time. So again, you guys can send me all kinds of the links and abuses, but also if you have timeline stamps that you would like to send Mona for major crimes and criminal behaviors and illegal tactics and actions that have happened in Scientology, which means lawsuits, deaths, unaliving, all kinds of anything, all gets put in this timeline specifically for Scientology crimes.
I did have a question. Yeah. Those that were around, if anybody knows or has done any research for the 82 Clearwater hearings, how come that never did it? What happened with that? I know they had the hearings, but under the radar, what happened? What was the real story of why did it go away?
Of what do you mean? Of
the 82 Clearwater hearings, they had the hearings of people coming to give testimony of all the abuse, all the properties, all the money funneling, all the kids, everything.
When? I didn't know about this.
I'll send you links, but oh yeah, the 1982, it was called the Clearwater.
Oh wow.
And yeah, Bunker, everybody was involved. They all knew about it way back when.
That's wild. I want to learn about that. I'm making a little note. 82.
Yeah, there's there's like a whole.
I'm going to remind. The note is going to be for you, but for me, I'm like,
Okay.
Mona, will you send me that, please?
I will. I'll send you those. But
okay,
yeah, I want to know what happened to. How come
all
they
those reports? That's wild. See, this would be interesting if Clearwater peeps, y'all out there in Clearwater, if you are doing the similar things where you're monitoring the Sea Org and just basically you're doing an audit. That's what you're doing. You're auditing what they're doing, where they're going, what's happening, what are they restricted to do? How long are they working? Late hours? When do they come in? When do they get off? How many people are on a bus, etc. And then to be able to call in and do these city things, it would be so helpful to actually see the long-term behavior of the Clearwater Police Department and even their fire department and things like that, all the way back to like Lisa McPherson days. Why don't it would be interesting to get FOIA requests on Lisa McPherson days when the ambulance and all that shit was called.
Yeah, that's
or when
true.
Mike Rinder randomly got stabbed by the protester sign and had to go to the hospital, like all of those phone calls. I would love, it would just be, yeah. So I love that we're doing it here. It's becoming less stressful and less like work and more like, okay, this feels very fun to get through. Like it's not even through. It's fun to be like going through it and learning a lot about everything on all levels.
Well, the 82 Clearwater hearings was right after the 77 FBI raids. And you would think that after the FBI raid and then the Clearwater hearings, somebody was said, it's a cult. And they did say it's a cult, but nobody did shit about it.
Yeah.
So I want to know who got paid. I want to know who said what, I want to know the inner secrets. Somebody's got to know.
Or who got threatened.
Yeah, I'm sure Jesse would know. That's one of my questions for Jesse.
Yeah. So fun. Someday. Okay, cool. How long did the Aftermore? They're still up. Yep. A bunch of them are still up. Oh, that reminds me. I need to tell somebody something about one of the billboards. Okay. I don't think you can call into city Clearwater meetings like you can in LA. Okay. Well, we're figuring it all out. So I just love that there's more ways to do things than we thought. And to really bring Scientology internally to the ethics justice system outside in the courtroom world.
That was the other thing. Did you guys remember you guys were talking about that signature? The signature on Valhani's. Did you come up with anything of that?
No, just that.
The IJT or the
IJC, International Justice Chief. Yeah, just no. We're wondering where he is now. Does he even exist?
Okay, so
we haven't had any evidence on him yet. No.
Okay.
So if there's anything on that, yes, that would be very interesting. Where is this, Mike Ellis that we speak of? That these SPs are supposed to be talking to directly.
Right.
We would like to know. We would love for you to get involved here in Clearwater. Yes, it would be cool. It would be cool. Okay, cool. Well, again, everybody, tomorrow morning, Public Works meeting, please call in 10 a.m. I will post it on the YouTubes and also go to Amy M's or Audit LA's page, and they will post the link where you can click on and go to Zoom, and then you raise your hand and they'll say, hello, so-and-so, would you like to speak on all items or the agendas? And you just say, just general public comment. And they'll say, okay, great. And then they'll unmute you and you unmute yourself when you're ready to speak, when they tell you to speak. And you can hear everybody else talking, so you get an idea of how it kind of goes.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. No stress needy. Thank you, Mona, so much for jumping on. Thank you for updating everybody. Anybody needs help with anything, please feel free to contact Mona directly, Fat Grammy. She is such an awesome angel when it comes to helping on all these kinds of things. And If it's not her, somebody else will. Just contact me if there's anything. Also, I will be maybe doing later a live stream. We'll see. Who knows? You'll just have to stay tuned with my friend Sarah Seltzer, and maybe we can go off and get into fun spiritual world. We'll see. But thank you guys so much. See you on the phones, on the Zooms, and all the future meetings. And thank you, Mona, so much. And
okay, stay on the back line, on the back part of it though for a minute.
Okay,
I have something for you afterwards. Okay.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Love you so much. Email me if you have any questions. See you tomorrow on the Zoom calls for Public Works, 10 a.m. And stay happy, stay peaceful, stay beautiful, and stay
Bye, everybody.
smart.